This year's presidential campaign has been one of the most entertaining campaigns in the history of the United States, but that should be scaring us instead of us making jokes about it. We are picking someone to run our country, to make choices for the greater good of America, and it's turned into a reality TV show. At first, we thought it was funny that Donald Trump was running for president, but as we get closer to the campaign, we need to start thinking about who is actually the better person to run this country. Is Donald Trump fit to be president? This is the question you should be asking yourself. And I myself do not think. There's a reasons why he could be the worst presidential candidate ever. A few things stand out a bit more than the rest. First off, no one really knows what his political stance is on any real issue. In an interview with CNN, he stated that he thinks Planned Parenthood does great work. But then later on, in another interview, he said that he plans on cutting off all their funds because they're bad. His main focus is illegal immigration, but 3 years ago, he had the exact opposite position that he does today. So what position represents how he really feels? Trump also stated in multiple debates that he's going to erase the $19 trillion debt in just 8 years by cutting better trade deals. This has been proven mathematically impossible and demonstrates clear lack of knowledge in this. To give you a better idea on his
Almoutho. Tonight, it is Donald against Trump, or as they're known by their celebrity couple name, Dump. Gentlemen, you know the rules. You say the first thing that comes into your mind, and no matter what it is, your poll numbers go up. All right, let's get started. Donald, first of all, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to welcome you, Mr. Trump.
I wrote The Art of the Deal.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sir. But in fairness, you have not read it. Donald, let's start with you. Your chief Republican rival, Ted Cruz, has attacked you for skipping tonight's Fox News debate. Do you believe your absence will improve Cruz's chances?
I don't think Ted Cruz has a great chance, to be honest with you. He's a nasty guy. Nobody likes him. Nobody in Congress likes him. Nobody likes him anywhere once they get to know him.
Okay, so no one likes Ted Cruz. Mr. Trump, a rebuttal.
I really do. I'd like Ted Cruz a lot.
Okay. Is for you, Donald. How do you feel about the people of Iowa and your chances with them?
I love Iowa. We've done really well here.
All right, fairly stated. Mr. Trump, your thoughts?
How stupid are the people of Iowa?
If you win this nomination, you're likely to go up against Hillary Clinton. How do you assess her foreign policy experience?
Hillary Clinton was the worst Secretary of State in the history of the United States.
Worst in history? Oh, Mr. Trump, your thoughts?
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years. I think she really works hard, and I think she does a good job. And I like her.
I could write a novel on all the discrepancies in Trump's stances on issues, so let's make it easier and play a game. Did Trump say it? You know, it really doesn't matter what the media writes as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of ass. Yes, indeed, he did. Women are objects to him. I will build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me. Believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively. I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will make Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words. Another easy one, and Trump, yes, said it. Aside from the fact that everything in that statement is either false or has no data to back it up, it indicates that he can't speak on a higher than third grade level. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending the best. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with them. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Yes, again, Trump said this, and it's just some of his racist thoughts about Mexicans. It's freezing and snowing in New York. We need a global warming. This is Trump again, and it just shows the clear lack of understanding of climate change. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. This is Trump again, inviting the Russians to commit a crime against another presidential candidate and subsequently causing a national security risk. Donald Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what exactly is going on. Yes, Trump, please ban all the Muslims. That's not Hitlerish. And the last quote I have for you is, I love all people, and all people are invited to these rallies, except, those ones from over the border. This actually isn't Trump. but you thought it could be, right? That's a problem, not knowing what he said is true and what he didn't say. Whether banning an entire religious group from entering the country or building a cheap wall to keep a neighboring country out, Trump feeds off of any hatred or prejudice you may have. Now let's take a look at his foreign policy. He is fine with North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, China, and essentially everyone having nuclear weapons and using them. At a conference with the National Foreign Policy Advisor, he asked 3 times in 1 hour why we can't use the nukes if we have them. This is a man that can't recognize that the position he's applying for is bigger than him, and this should terrify everyone living in this country, and it actually should terrify everyone around the world.